Welcome back, listener. I am the World Archivist, here to tell you the stories of the wider multiverse. Today, we look at a beast that plagues the worlds of the multiverse. A creature that can strike nightmares into anyone that encounters it. The Superorganism. Quick warning before we begin the story. I did end up improving most of it, so I do apologize if it feels a bit rushed. And if you enjoy this kind of content, leave a like, a comment for the algorithm, tell me how I did. And if you haven't done so already, subscribe. Now without further ado, on to the story. Silence. An empty, oppressive silence hung within the halls of the facility, broken only by the hurried footfalls of a single scientist. His mind was filled with panic, his only goal to get this newly discovered information to the higher-ups. His single-minded determination quickly brought him to his destination. Breezing through the various clearances and identification procedures, he proceeded into the Central Command Complex, where two officers were waiting for him. The first, a battle-scarred woman with a cold demeanor, spoke up.
Ah, Dr. Hickson. What news do you bring?
Well, General, after thorough examination of the samples, The second officer, a shorter man with a more temperamental demeanor, interrupted him.
I fail to see why we are wasting time studying these things, when we need to go ahead and exterminate them.
One does not simply rush in without knowing what they're up against, Captain. You should know that better than anyone.
Well, ma'am, the results of our examination have proven unsettling, to say the least.
Unsettling how?
Based on the parts we were able to capture, they seem to be able to develop a, for lack of a better term, symbiotic relationship. The closer we brought the parts to the central brain, the more coordinated their movements became, almost as if like a singular unit.
So it has a unique method of operation. I fail to see what is so disturbing about that, Doctor.
It's not that. It's what we discovered upon examining the brain construct itself. Each attempt at probing into it resulted in a possession of one of our staff, driving the unfortunate victims insane, until one of our own managed to survive the process. He spoke of there being a wider consciousness to this thing. This creature, it's far more powerful than we ever thought. It is an invasive species,
an apex predator no less. It must be exterminated immediately, before it infests our Earth with its fetid eggs. We've seen firsthand how it eats everything in its wake and digs into the dirt, tunneling to who knows where, only to resurface and lay waste to yet another biosphere. I propose, nay, I demand we act now.
You seem to not understand, Captain. This bioform, whatever it is, it doesn't act on pure instinct. It's intelligent, coordinated even. We failed to exterminate it because it is not a wild animal. Don't you see? We have been treating it wrong. You've seen the brain constructs yourself, how massive in volume they were. What's even more worrying, those synaptic clusters. They share a consciousness, damn it! This isn't some apex species. It's one single organism.